What's up, guys? Welcome. Happy Wednesday. Can you believe it is Wednesday already? I know I can't. So hopefully you guys might. I'm not going to be like jumping in and out. Hopefully my internet's going to be okay. Although I am trying to upload some videos, so maybe we will be a bit in and out. Let us know. Or maybe I could just try and upload later. But I think the internet is a little bit dodgy at the moment. So if you guys can let us know, we would be thrilled with that, wouldn't we, Cam?
We would be.
We would be. So, guys, as you're popping in here, you know the score. If you're new here, welcome. We go live 3 times a week. We go live on a Monday, a Wednesday, and a Friday at 7 p.m. UK time. Wednesdays are shorter because then we jump into our private group with our clients and we do a Zoom call. So, guys, don't forget, if you are a client, in 25 minutes, we are going to have a little chat, have a little catch up, and have a natter. Have a natter, I know. Hey, Teresa, how's it going? So, guys, if you are new here, drop in a comment, say I'm here, hashtag I'm here, and your name. If you're watching on the replay, hashtag replay and your name. We love to see who's watching. We love to see who we can help. And you guys, if you have any questions or anything, of course, drop them in and we'll answer them or try our best to answer them as well. So we have a bit of a rule where if people don't say hello, we don't start. So until then, we're just going to sit here. We can see there are quite a few people watching off my Facebook. So if you're here on my profile, say hello, drop your name in the comments, and we will crack on with, hey, Jenna, we're going to talk about today people that are struggling with motivation and consistency. Hey, Lindsay, Jenna, look, all of our clients, they know the score, don't they? They bloody know it. And this is why they get good results, because they turn up, they do as they're asked, they fucking get on with it. No complaining.
Just get on with it.
They just fucking crack on. Hey, Sam, another client. There we go, look. You can see people that get results, can't you?
Just turn up every day. That's how you get results. Just turn up.
Yeah. Just turn up and implement what we recommend. So I asked in the private, no, I didn't. I asked in the public. I asked in the free Facebook group today what people struggle with. Is it, I asked like whether it was nutrition, knowing what workouts to do, consistency, motivation, whatever. And people voted. And last time I checked, I haven't checked in a little while, but before the winner was motivation and consistency. Yeah, that is the top one. Second place was emotional eating. So we're going to talk about motivation and consistency today. So if you struggle with motivation or consistency, put a number 1 in the comment box. Just number 1. Just one. Let's see some of these comments as well. See if we can possibly answer some of these. Friday evening is tired. Get up. Get a takeaway. Okay, 1. Great. So a lot of people here are talking about just life being busy, keeping up with everything, not being able to plan. Someone has said, I find how long my journey is very overwhelming, approximately a year to go still. Keep motivated to be on point for a year, especially on weeks with low losses. Hey, Julie. Julie's not a client, but does turn up. And she's very active, isn't she, in the group? I got her here. Friday evenings, I'm so tired. I usually end up getting takeaway. And then the same Saturdays too. As others said, it's hard to keep up with everything. And then Emma Hughes has said that she's joining you, Julie. She's popping around on the weekend for a natter and pizza. A kebab, wherever your takeaway is, Indian of choice. So we're going to talk to you guys a little bit today about what is the problem that's causing you to fall off track. We've got some tips. We'll go into those. But I think we will also divert a little bit from our notes here and just to try to answer some of those questions a little bit for you guys. And if you have any questions, of course, drop them in the comments and we will answer them for you. got 20 minutes before we pop off. So why do people struggle with consistency and motivation?
Where do you start?
Where do we start?
So again, there's many reasons, but we've picked two main ones and then how to overcome them. But there is way more. There's way more factors. It's not just one. Everyone's life is obviously so individual. But I would say one of the main ones is thinking you have to be perfect to be consistent. And that is the biggest thing. So like an all or nothing mindset, and we'll say it quite a lot, is literally the disabling of yourself. It's like the how do you say it, debilitating mindset that is just literally making you go backwards, not forward. As in, it makes you go forward literally at 100% like a sprinter, and then literally after 100 meters you've gassed out, and then you just end up going back on yourself. Rather than picking like the hare or the marathon runner, where they just actually start creeping through. You maybe start slow and you just go slow, but you just cover a lot of ground, and you get a lot more consistent. So that is just like the biggest thing. You don't have to be perfect to be consistent.
Mm-hmm.
Just tell yourself that every day. I don't have to be perfect to be consistent, but if I'm consistent, I will get results.
It's progress over perfection as well, isn't it? You don't have to be perfect, but you just need to progress. Hey, Keely. Excuse me. And I think, sorry, I'm just going to tag a couple of people in here who I think would benefit from it. Goodness me, I've got a bit of a tickle here. So, guys, you don't have to be perfect. I've spoken on my stories today. A lot of you will know that I've got a baddie leg. I got a boo-boo on my leg, which basically I can't do steps. So I did this last Friday night, wasn't it, I think? And so today's Wednesday, so I haven't been able to hit my steps. I haven't been able to train. I haven't been able to do legs. I haven't been able to do cardio. So going from doing cardio for an hour, plus training for an hour to an hour and a half, plus 12,000 steps, to one day I think I had about 358 steps. Like that was what I got the whole day, 358 steps. I obviously didn't train, didn't do anything else. So imagine going from the intensity that I was all the way down to literally fuck all. Like the head fuck basically that gave me. But excuse me, I could have very well gone, well, I can't be perfect, so what's the point? I may as well fucking eat loads of shit because I'm not going to be where I want to be. It's going to take too long and I'm not going to hit the deadline, so I may as well just give up. Okay? So that is a very all or nothing mindset. I'm either slaying it or I'm not doing any of it. But I have had to really dial in my nutrition, which is really hard when you're in that mental place where you're like, I'm just not making the progress that I want, or I can't, or whatever, for whatever reason. So you just have to do your best for that day. So I say this over and over and over. Your 100% today is going to be different to your 100% on your best day, Or maybe today's your best day, but maybe next week your periods do. You have a shit email from your boss, kids are doing a head in. Your 100% that day is going to be completely different. Imagine if you've been on holiday, just you, maybe a partner if you want them there, just you, just chilling on a lovely beach or something with all the food that you want. Your 100% going to train that day is going to be way better than going after a stressful day. On your period, after you've had that email from the boss and the kids are doing your head in. So you need to work on your 100% for that day and don't judge it against your 100% of any other day. It's you versus you every single minute of every single day. So you don't have to be perfect. You just need to make progress.
That's it. So the second thing we would say is a big thing for people is they purely focus on an outcome. They don't focus on like the process or the journey or like little mini milestones along the way to the outcome. And most people's outcome is just purely weight loss, which is just like a scale number, which you all know can be like massively manipulated for like various reasons. So it's not really a true scale of like absolute success. I mean, you could lose like faces. You could chop off an arm and lose a stone if you've got a pretty big arm. But it then doesn't suddenly make you better. You could do a fad diet, literally I don't know, do the boiled egg diet where you only have boiled eggs, you will lose weight, but you'll have a terrible relationship with food. Your mental health will suffer. You'll probably lose muscle. You'll look skinny fat.
You have stinky farts.
So you've completed your outcome. Like you've lost weight. You've lost 2 stone in 2 hours.
Yeah.
But you haven't grown into the person that you want to be.
Mm-hmm.
Most people want a weight, but they want to be this person with that weight. And it's the process of that journey that makes you become that person.
And I think like going through a weight loss journey, hey Tori, I saw, who was it? Oh, hang on, let me just read these. I need to find a way to train consistently with a sprained wrist. I want to rest it, but don't want to ease off too much on my weights ever else as I lose consistency 10 seconds off. You can do things. You can do squats, you can do lunges. You don't need your wrist. I've got a bad shoulder, wrist, basically all of this section, and my right leg now. So basically, all my photo shoot's only going to be my left side because I'm fucked on the right. So I think one of the biggest things to say to Keely and other people that have got these kinds of problems is find solutions, not problems. It is very easy to say, oh, I can't do this because I'm busy. I can't do that because I've got a bad wrist. I can't do that because I haven't got any food. I can't do that because this. Find solutions. If you can't eat out or you can't find a good place to eat out, take your own food. Like find solutions. And I think that is one of the best skills you can get. But anyway, back to your journey and enjoying the journey. I think like the I nearly said suffering then, but it is the struggle that you go through a weight loss journey says more about you than the actual scale weight itself. I've got a client who's lost like 5 stone, and she's one of the most determined, disciplined, committed people I've ever met. And this, 5 stone is great. Well done. Like, she knows I'm proud of her, but I see her as a completely different person now than when we first started. Her confidence has gone up. Obviously, like she feels better in her clothes. She wears different things. She does different things in life that she maybe didn't do before. And that is a really, really big deal. But she wouldn't have been able to get the success that she's got without going through the struggle. So I spoke to one of our clients today, and she's going through a tough time. And I said, like, you will only be challenged with things that you are capable of overcoming, because that's just the way the world works. Okay, you're going to be constantly challenged, and like we always say, every level has a new devil. So what is a problem today and you overcome it, and now that becomes easy, the next problem is going to seem really, really hard, and then you'll work on that, you'll overcome it, and then the next problem will seem really, really hard, and the next one, and the next one, and the next one. But if you give up every time you are here, you'll never get past this. And that is why you're inconsistent. And that's why you're not motivated, because you're giving up every time you hit the first challenge.
So like they say, I can't remember what the saying is, it's like the glass ceiling, isn't it?
Yeah, the glass ceiling, yeah. You just got to smash through it. Smash through it, girls.
Because I don't know if it's like a demoting thing to say, demotivating, but you're just going to find another problem.
Yeah.
Like the easiest thing to talk about is like money. People say, I don't have money, can't do anything. Like, so you've obviously got to just find a way to make the money that you need for you. But then once you become a millionaire, you've got new problems. Your money isn't a problem anymore. It then becomes, I don't know, the tax man, or people wanting to be your friend, like disingenuously, and they just don't want it.
Or time, because now I've got money, but I haven't got time because my business is.
And then you don't have time for your family or your kids. What's more important? Like there's always a problem. It's just, and the more you do journeys like this, like you say, like the neuroplasticity of our brain, the more that we physically challenge it, mentally and physically, the more it adapts. So you just get stronger at, how do you say it? Stronger, like
more resilient
at stress.
Yeah.
And that's why strength training helps our metabolism, helps us build muscle, but also helps you become more stress resilient to general life as well. So there's a lot of benefits.
Yeah. And I also think like the more that you go through, the more challenges you go through, the more you learn. And then you're like, oh, okay, well, last time I did this, so I know I can put this in place now for next time if that is to happen. Or last time this happened, so what can I do next time so that doesn't happen again? Or if it does happen, I can overcome it, or or step away from it, or whatever. So I think it's really important to go through the struggle and know it's going to be fucking tough. And if it was easy, no one would be overweight. If it was easy, everyone would be at the gym, getting really buff, getting fucking massive shoulders, wouldn't they, Grace? But that's just it, guys. You've got to endure the struggle, and mentally, physically, emotionally, you've got to know it's going to be tough to get the results. Like, a lot of you guys want results like this, for example, like whatever your ideal body is. You're like, oh, I fucking just want to look like that. Now, that person has probably trained 5, 6, 10 years consistently, gone through bulks, gone through cuts, said no to eating out, said no to alcohol, said no to seeing friends, said no to, or maybe saying yes to seeing friends, but not drinking or not eating out or taking their own food to weddings. Like, those people have sacrificed things that you're not willing to sacrifice. And that's why you're not there. You're not willing to go through the struggle. You're not willing to stay in the arena long enough to see progress. You're not willing to put effort, time, money, whatever it is, into it. You're not willing to be uncomfortable. And unfortunately, you have to be uncomfortable to grow, which is why it's important to enjoy the process. If you don't enjoy the process and you're always like, the grass is greener over there, the grass is greener over there, you're going to be fucking jumping lawns and never owning a house, okay? You need to understand how to water your own lawn and make that grow and flourish, okay? You have to stay uncomfortable, like a flower or a tree or something, right? In winter, dead. Most trees, obviously, don't talk to me about being evergreen and all that kind of stuff. But a lot of things, they die in the winter, but they come back. It's not like there's a new one. It's the same one. It's just dead and now it's grown. Okay, so you have to go through the death of winter, or the struggle, the discomfort, to get through to the other side and flourish, essentially. So what are you willing to sacrifice to get to your goals? And I think this is a conversation for another day. But it will lead into something else we've got here. And what is important to you? Is your goal important to you? I spoke to Grace today. Grace just signed up a couple of hours ago to our coaching program. I haven't proposed out yet. I will. But I said to her, what do you want to do? Blah, 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 blah. And she picked her program and she was like, I want this program. I want the VIP program. That's how important this is to me. She literally said those words. And I remember, because they was so certain. She was like, this is what I want. And so I know that she is going to do absolutely amazing, because she knows she wants it and she's willing to put the effort in. She said, I know I've got to go to the gym. I don't feel comfortable there, but I know that's what it's going to take. Grace is going to get way better results than someone who's like, oh, I don't really want to do that, so I'm not going to bother. Or, yeah, it's kind of important, but I'll wait until the kids are back in school. Or I'll wait until after summer. Or I'll wait until I've got money. Or I'll wait until it's a good time. My mind is in the right place. It's like, that time is never coming. So either suck it up and do it now, or delay it and say, this is not important to me right now. So your why is really important. Like, why do you want that? Is it just because you want to be a size 10? You just want to be a certain weight on the scale? I won't name the name in case they don't want us to think. But someone I spoke to said that they'd lost a stone and a half. They'd lost the weight. They still weren't happy with their body, and they were worried now because they were losing weight. They wanted to change how their body looked, not just the number on the scale, which is more important, of course. So you've got to understand like what your reason behind it is. What is going to get you up in the morning when you don't want to get up? What's going to make you eat your meal prep and say no to chocolate when you really want to eat the chocolate or your pistachio cream, whatever it is? Like, what is going to make you say no? So you have to have a solid reason why. If your reason why is strong enough, you will stay disciplined. And discipline consistently is consistency. Consistency will then give you results, and results is what gives you motivation.
Pretty much just answered, made all of our answers in one go. You just ruined it.
I was just free flowing, Can I ask you your opinion on a couple of these comments? Unless there's anything else.
No, I think we'll just go through the final things. The final notes we had on how to overcome it, just because Faye's pretty much done them all in one go. We're going to say, where people are going to go, where do I want to start? So you have to honestly ask yourself and identify the areas of where do you want to grow, whether that's in the gym, in relationship, in the money, in anywhere in life. And then obviously make a list, prioritize it, and then start on it. And then that leads on to the next one. And that is focus on one thing at a time. Again, it comes down to all or nothing, and people want it now. The worst thing we see people say and write in comment sections and an application is, or what they type in on their Google search bar. If we could see people's Google search bar, I think we could pick out good and bad clients, because they'll search what's the easiest way to lose weight, what's the quickest way or easiest way to do that, what's the quickest
what
workout
I need to give up,
what's the easiest workout I can do up. Sometimes it just can't be that easy. You have to take a certain amount of road, and you're gonna struggle anyway. Focus on one thing at a time. So imagine if your doctor said you're gonna give up smoking, you're gonna give up alcohol, you're gonna give up carbs, you're gonna give up sex. I want you to do all of it at once. Like, how bad would that be for a person? That's literally what people do, because they're gonna go, I'm a couch potato, I eat Doritos every day, and I've never been to the gym, so I'm gonna quit smoking, I'm gonna start doing 5K runs every day, I'm going to eat 20 vegetables a day, and I'm going to eat 200 grams of protein every day. And that's going to help you lose weight. But the likelihood of you actually completing that is so unlikely. You fail, you break your own promise, and then then your self-esteem and self-confidence gets lower, and then we just start back on the same cycle. And like Faye said, remember your why. Everything we do generally in life is for a reason, whether it's small, silly, super important, impactful, but it's for a reason, and it's your reason. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to explain it to anyone else. It's yours alone. But you've got to have one, and it's got to be true to yourself. And
it can't be just because everyone else is doing it.
Because then it's not true to yourself. And then when it gets tough, that's when we see when people really want things. Because it's going to get tough at some point for whatever reason, because of your lifestyle, whether you're a mom that's super busy, or whether you're a self-employed business owner and
super busy,
you're working late. Stress will pop up. And then I quite like this one. This was, don't prioritize your schedule your priorities. So like we said in step 1, set your priorities, and then you can set mini goals to it. So what is my priority actions to reach my goal? Because if we don't say, if everyone's just said later always becomes tomorrow, and then tomorrow
never comes.
And then tomorrow comes, and you're annoyed at yourself because you never said what you do the day before. And then it becomes a cycle. You're like, I'll do it later. So prioritize as much as you can. That was it.
I just want to get into these comments before we switch off, because I told people we would answer their questions. So what about when life is busy, getting in the way? You think you're making progress, and then something happens. You made a plan, something happens, and now it's all gone to shit.
Structure and plans are only just like the starting point. Plans should be flexible. So if it changes, it changes, and that's fine. But a lot of people fail because they don't have a starting structure. They just wing it. So you do have, I don't know if it's 50-50, but say 70-30 of the likelihood that you're probably going to fail when you wing it. Every plan and structure is flexible. So if it does change and it's for reasons outside of yourself, then you can only do your best within. It's how you react to the situation is probably the most important thing.
Yeah, and I think there's 2 things actually. There's how you react, and there's what you do to plan to get there. So, for example, this client, she said, I said that I was going to go to the gym like Monday or yesterday, but my son needed me. Life got in the way, so I got stressed out, and I have to go today. And I said to her, like, what you can do is like front load your workouts. So you can do Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, for example. We won't recommend it, but if you know you've got a busy schedule, try to front load them, because if you're leaving them till Friday and Saturday, and then something happens Friday and Saturday, you haven't got the time to sort of delay them. So try and front load them as much as possible. And the other thing is, like, a lot of our clients have got jobs where they have to be analytical, or maybe they've been to college or university, right, where you have to go through writing assignments or doing experiments or whatever, or business plans. And a lot of our clients write plans, they evaluate, they write contingencies, and they do all these different things for their work. What skills can you apply from your job to your weight loss journey? So if it is a contingency, like, okay, I'm planning to go Monday. If this doesn't work, what's my contingency plan? Okay, right, it's going to go Wednesday, Friday, whatever. Or if I'm going to, I said to one of my clients, because she said, sometimes I get into a meeting and it goes on for longer than expected, then I'm starving, then I rush out the door and I just find anywhere that I can just grab something quickly to eat. I said, can you have something like a plan, like a protein shake or protein bar or like some ham or something that you just grab before you go to that meeting? Because we all know those meetings that say they're going to be 30 minutes. We know who's on there. We think that's not a 30-minute meeting. That is a 1-hour meeting at least. So if you see their name on the agenda, or the attendee list, let's make sure we have something to eat before we go in, and then at least we've got some something in us to tie us over until our meal. Things like looking out locally, what can we eat? Even things like KFC rice box, KFC salad box, Subway salads, McDonald's wraps. Like, there are lots of different grab and go options, like fast food places that you might go, oh, McDonald's. But if it's that, or a Greg's, yes. Oh, sorry if you're in America, you don't know what this is. But in the UK, a Greg's is delicious, but it is about 400 calories more than, or probably even more actually, than a McDonald's. So look at what your options are and plan in advance as much as possible. Take food, pre-cook it, pre-plan it, take it with you, chuck in the microwave, find things that you can have cold, like wherever it's going to take. Chicken salad, chicken from a pack, like like a deli meat pack, salad from a bag. Chuck it on, done. Get some balsamic vinegar if you're feeling fancy. A wrap, tuna, chuck it in, wrap it up, done. Like, there are very quick and easy things that you can make and you can take that also don't need refrigerating, because sometimes that's an issue as well. But what can you take? What can you do? What can you plan? What can you prepare? And even when you are like, oh, I don't actually want that tuna wrap, that is when you have to dig deep and ask yourself, what is my why? I've got to endure this pain of having a tuna wrap instead of a pizza, for example, because my outcome or my goal is worth it. So, and you know that you can be stronger. The more you say no to things or yes to more positive things, the more you're likely to be able to do that in future, because you're conditioning and training yourself to it. So I hope that helps, guys. We are going to shoot because we need to get into our client group, but I hope that helps. Maybe we can write some posts and create some reels on this to help people out a little bit more. Let us know if you've got any questions. If you are in our community, if you're one of our clients, I'm going to drop the Zoom link into our private group shortly, and I will see you there. Short and sweet.
Bye.
Bye, guys.